Hey everybody, Movie Fan Z here. So my last movie of November is going to be the live action adaptation of the 1989 Disney animated movie, The Little Mermaid. So, if you haven't seen The Little Mermaid, basically you're introduced to Ariel, who is a mermaid, who wants to explore the surface world, but she's kind of forbidden from her father, King Triton, because he considers them to be barbarians. And on the other side, you have Prince Eric, who is a human, and they form a connection, but Ariel has to deal with Ursula, the sea witch, and gives up an important part of her in order to become a human to be with Eric. And then a lot of things happen. So the director of this movie is Rob Marshall, who is big into musicals because he also did Mary Poppins Returns in 2018. He did Into the Woods in 2014, and in 2002 he did Chicago. Ariel is played by Halle Bailey. Eric is played by Jonah Hauer-King. You also have King Triton, played by Javier Bardem. Ursula, played by Melissa McCarthy. And then to round out the cast, Daveed Diggs from Hamilton voices Sebastian. Jacob Tremblay, who's best known as the kid in Room, voices Flounder, the fish, Sebastian the crab. And then Scuttle the bird is voiced by Awkwafina. So, let's get into this. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you this. Going into this movie, I've always had The Little Mermaid one of the bottom two in my Disney animated movie list. Just because I was never a fan of the message, because it seemed to very much promote that looks are the most important thing. I will have to say, this movie kind of changed that a little bit for me. It's like, it made the story of Little Mermaid a little bit more clear, and maybe I was looking at it all wrong. Overall, this is like a middle of the road movie for me. There's some good things and there's some bad things. As far as the bad things, I think to compare it to the animated movie, I think the songs and the scenes with the songs were better in the animated movie. I feel like they were a lot more creative in what they were doing. But that's kind of the case in anything. For example, I think the end scene in the live-action Aladdin movie is not as good as the animated version. I also think some of the acting just isn't great. Especially, even, I'm going to say, from people like Melissa McCarthy, Javier Bardem, and at times even Prince Eric. I feel like they're not, great. They're good, but not great. And this is not a negative, but it was very hard to look at live action Sebastian and Flounder compared to what they are in the animated one. It took some getting used to, but still not over that. But as far as the pros, though, the look of the movie is great. All the different scenery and the costumes and everything like that just looked really good. I think Halle Bailey is the best part of this movie. I feel like she has the best voice, and also she was probably the best actress in this movie. You really got to see all the different emotions that she did. And finally, and this is kind of a positive and a negative, I forgot to mention this. This movie is a lot longer than the animated movie. But with this one, you get more backstories. You get more time with certain characters. You get like more stories with like the queen. Get more scenes with Scuttle and with like the Ariel sisters, and you just get to learn more about the stories. But that's also, I feel like, a negative too, because did we need more scenes with Scuttle? Did we need more scenes with the Queen? I don't think so. It's like you still could have gotten more backstories. I was fine with that, but there's some characters that didn't need more time. So overall, I'm going in the middle, but a little bit higher. I'm gonna go a 3 out of 5. This is a good animated movie, but also it's kind of like it might be in the middle or near the bottom because I did like the live action remakes of things like Mulan, The Lion King, Jungle Book, and even Cruella more. But this was right in line with things like Beauty and the Beast and even like Lady and the Tramp. So that is my review for 2023's Little Mermaid, the live action version. Come back next time for another review in December. This is Move Henzi signing off. Have a good night.